In a world filled with diverse characters and vast collaborations, it's vital to explore our relationship with wisdom and understanding. Today, we're exploring a particularly intriguing perspective of detached thinking that teaches us not just whom to help, but perhaps more importantly, whom we should think twice about making a difference for. Indifference, with its deep roots in philosophy and rationality, offers us a fascinating lens to examine human behavior, highlighting 8 types of people who probably won't benefit from our assistance in the ways we hope. As we delve into these insights, you'll find step-by-step guidance on how to safeguard your energy, invest in meaningful connections, and cultivate genuine growth, both in yourself and others. Join me in uncovering these lessons in indifference that challenge us to wisely choose who deserves our valuable efforts. It is essential to ensure our endeavors are as compassionate as they are prudent. If you appreciate the insights we're diving into today, a simple favor I'd ask is to hit that subscribe button and make sure you don't miss any part of the video. We've all encountered someone who, no matter how much effort and care we put into helping them, always seems perpetually unsatisfied. It's like filling a colander with water, watching everything pour out, leaving nothing. In such relationships, it often feels like our attention evaporates before it can be recognized. In detached thinking, there's an essential lesson about focusing on inner rather than external validation. Indifference empowers us to perform acts of kindness because they align with our values and virtues, not because we expect to be showered with gratitude or recognition in return. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about performing virtuous acts for their own sake, not for the acknowledgement that might follow. This mindset helps us stay focused and true to our moral compass, regardless of the response or lack thereof that we may encounter. However, detachment also teaches the importance of preserving our mental energy. It's crucial to recognize when our persistent efforts are met with constant disregard, as this can lead to significant exhaustion and cynicism. While we shouldn't base our actions solely on the outcomes or reactions they elicit, we must also guard against becoming drained by those who take without giving in return in any form. This isn't about cutting people off at the first hint of selfishness. Rather, it's about noticing patterns and recognizing when a relationship is overly draining. While dealing with challenging individuals, it's essential to apply another principle of detachment, the circle of control. This rule teaches us to distinguish between what we have control over, our actions and intentions, and what we don't, others' reactions and feelings. By focusing on our circle of control, we can continue to act according to our values without becoming overly invested in or disappointed by the reactions of others. As we engage with those who may never seem to be satisfied, we must remember to maintain our commitment to our ideals, acknowledge the limits of our influence over others' emotions, and protect our inner peace by not allowing a lack of appreciation to diminish our drive to do good. This balance allows us to remain generous and empathetic without depleting the very qualities that inspire our kindness. You've likely encountered this type before. People who seem to have an aversion to effort and a tendency to avoid responsibilities. They are the ones who always find excuses not to engage, not to improve, and not to contribute. In the realm of detachment, we place high value on virtues like discipline and determination. Detachment isn't just about enduring hardships. It's about recognizing the inherent value in effort and hard work. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote extensively about the role of hard work in shaping our character and uplifting our spirit. According to him, it is not the result of hard work that matters most, but the personal growth and resilience we develop along the way. Through discipline, we refine our character and become better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. However, when we encounter someone who habitually avoids effort, our instinct may be to help by picking up the slack. While this may seem generous, it is often detrimental. By constantly covering for someone's laziness, we're not truly helping them. Rather, we're reinforcing a negative pattern that stunts their growth. If we continually protect others from the consequences of their inaction, they will never experience the necessary discomfort that can spark personal growth. From a detached perspective, enabling such behavior goes against the very essence of individual and moral development. Indifference teaches that each person should face their responsibilities and the natural consequences of their actions. This is how we learn, grow, and achieve genuine progress. Enabling someone's laziness not only hampers their development, but can also breed resentment and imbalance in relationships. When dealing with the lazy, it's crucial to practice the detached principle of wisdom, knowing when our help is truly needed and when it merely enables poor behavior. We should encourage accountability and responsibility, not because we care less, but because we care appropriately. By setting clear expectations and allowing natural consequences to teach where our words cannot, we help others find the value of effort and the personal satisfaction that comes from overcoming laziness. This group is characterized by an apparent endless inability to accept responsibility for their actions and the outcomes they create. We all know someone like this. They miss deadlines or create chaos, yet somehow it's never their fault. The excuses are countless, and accountability is conspicuously absent. In detached thinking, the concept of moral responsibility is central. Stoics believe that while we have no control over external events, we have control over our reactions and actions. Epictetus emphasized that our primary task in life is to align our actions with our innate understanding of good and virtue. This alignment requires owning our actions and their effects, as taking responsibility is fundamental to our integrity and character development. But what happens when we constantly rescue someone who refuses to take responsibility for their actions? When we cover for them, justify, or fix their mistakes without holding them accountable, we may think we're helping. In reality, we may be doing more harm than good. Such actions can prevent them from learning critical skills of responsibility and self-management. Furthermore, it can foster a dependency that is unhealthy for both parties, creating a dynamic where carelessness is tolerated or even encouraged. From a detached perspective, helping someone shouldn't undermine our own standards, including the principle of justice, which in this context refers to considering everyone's worth, including the consequences of their actions. Assisting a reckless individual at the cost of the standard can lead to negative outcomes, enabling their behavior and hindering their self-development. When dealing with the irresponsible, indifference helps us practice wisdom and fairness. Wisdom in recognizing the limits of our help, and fairness in allowing individuals to face the natural consequences of their actions. It's about empowering others to see the connection between their actions and their outcomes. This doesn't mean we become harsh or unforgiving. Rather, we focus on empowering them through guidance, setting clear expectations, and, when necessary, stepping back to let them confront the reality of their choices. Handling the unreliable in a detached manner involves fostering an environment where accountability is supported and valued. Here's the text with proper punctuation. About making a difference. Others help themselves by fabricating their ability to assume responsibility, thereby enhancing their capacity to contribute positively to their own lives and to society in general. This approach not only maintains our integrity, but also contributes to the genuine development of those around us. These individuals are particularly skilled at twisting circumstances to their advantage, often at the expense of others. You may know someone like this. Someone who always seems to have a plan, using charm or wit to sway decisions in their favor, leaving a trail of imbalance and, at times, distress in their wake. In the realm of indifference, great emphasis is placed on the ethics of wisdom, especially in discerning what is within our control and what is not. Manipulators thrive on controlling others through emotions, deceit, or mental games. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius encourage us to keep a strong sense of fortitude, safeguarding our reasoning and feelings against such external influences. This does not mean building walls and shutting people out. Rather, it involves developing a sharp awareness of our own vulnerabilities and the intentions of others. Indifference helps us to be cautious. By fostering a deep sense of mindfulness and understanding our own inclinations and triggers, we can better protect ourselves from manipulative tactics. This includes being mindful of our relationships and the nature of the exchanges we have with others. Are we being swayed by deception? Are we being pressured into decisions? These are crucial questions that can help us recognize manipulation when it occurs. Protecting ourselves from manipulators is not just about personal peace. It's also about maintaining integrity and fairness, which are key to various aspects of life. Allowing ourselves to be controlled can lead to decisions and actions that are not aligned with our true values, potentially harming both ourselves and others. From the Stoic perspective, every person should live according to reason and values, and letting a manipulator steer us away from this path is detrimental to our own ethical development. When dealing with manipulative individuals, it's essential to fortify our mental defenses. We can do this by staying firmly grounded in our principles and being rational about our choices. We should engage with others directly and encourage honest dialogue, reducing the shadows in which manipulators operate. Establishing clear boundaries is also helpful. Communicating openly and effectively about what is acceptable and what is not in our interactions. Confronting manipulators with a calm, detached attitude involves recognizing the dynamics of manipulation, understanding our role within it, and deliberately choosing not to participate in a dynamic that undermines our autonomy. This approach not only preserves our inner peace, but also ensures that our actions remain just and align with our deepest values. This group can be particular, regardless of the effort or the outcome they produce.